All right, so today we're diving into lesson 3 from Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it's a big one: mind your own business. This is really the idea that connects knowing about assets to actually building a life of financial freedom. Let's jump in.
Let me ask you something. What if I told you that the whole way we're taught to think about our careers is fundamentally broken?
That if you have a job, you're not actually working for yourself. You are pouring your energy into building someone else's dream. Think about it. Every single hour you clock in, every promotion you grind for, every late night you pull away from your family, all of that incredible effort is making a company, an owner, or some shareholders richer.
But here's the real question, the one that matters. With all that hard work, are you building your own business?
You see, in this chapter, Kiyosaki really pulls back the curtain on why so many people get stuck, even after they understand what an asset is. And honestly, this lesson could completely change how you see your job from this day forward.
Okay, so last time we covered the foundational rule, right? An asset puts money in your pocket, a liability takes money out. Simple. But that immediately leads to the next big question. Okay, so how do you actually build these assets?
And Rich Dad's answer is almost too simple. Just 3 little words: mind your own business. Now hold on, this does not mean you should storm into your boss's office and quit tomorrow. No. It's something much, much deeper than that.
And this brings us to the first major mistake that trips almost everybody up. It's a huge misunderstanding of what your business actually is.
So check this out, because this is the key distinction. Most of us confuse our profession with our business. If you ask a banker what their business is, they'll say banking. But Kiyosaki argues, no, that's your profession. That's what you do to get a paycheck. Your real business should be your asset column. Your job pays the bills. Your business is what makes you wealthy.
You see, getting that one thing wrong leads people straight into what we can call the employee trap. It's a cycle where you're focused on the wrong financial report card.
I mean, does this list look familiar? Climb the corporate ladder, get those raises, use the extra money to buy a bigger house, a nicer car, constantly upgrading your lifestyle. This is the path we're all taught to follow, and it's all focused on one thing: increasing your income.
And here's the heart of the problem. You spend your entire career working to improve your income statement, your paycheck, but you completely ignore your balance sheet, your asset column. You might be earning more, but you're not owning more of the things that actually generate wealth for you.
So how do you break out of this trap? Well, Rich Dad's strategy is direct, and it's incredibly powerful. You have to focus on building your asset column.
And here it is. The big secret isn't to quit your job. In fact, you should probably keep it. The key is to start treating your salary like a tool. It's not just for paying bills anymore. It's the seed money you use to systematically buy real assets. So what kind of assets are we talking about? Well, it's things that make money whether you show up to work or not. We're talking rental properties that bring in checks every month, stocks and bonds, maybe a small business you own but don't have to run day to day, even things like intellectual property or digital products. This diagram from the book shows the perfect cash flow pattern. Your salary comes in from your job, but instead of flowing right back out to expenses, you deliberately divert it into your asset column first. Then those assets start to generate their own income stream. This, right here, is what it truly means to pay yourself first.
This process creates this beautiful feedback loop, the wealth formula. It's a simple cycle. You earn from your job, you use that money to buy assets, those assets create new income, and this is crucial, you reinvest that new income to buy even more assets. This becomes the engine that drives you towards financial freedom.
But you gotta understand, this way of thinking goes against everything we're taught. Society tells us, hey, you got a raise? Go reward yourself. Buy that fancy car. Rich Dad teaches the exact opposite. Build your assets first. The real luxuries, those are bought with the income generated by your assets, not with your own sweat and time.
So, when you really boil it all down, this lesson isn't just about financial tactics. It's about a fundamental psychological shift in how you view yourself and your place in the world.
Let's be crystal clear. This is not about hating your job or becoming some big-shot entrepreneur overnight. It's about shifting your identity. You stop thinking, I am an engineer, or I am a manager. Instead, you start thinking, I am an investor who builds assets.
And when you do that, the questions you ask yourself every day begin to change. Instead of constantly wondering, how can I get a bigger salary, you start asking, what asset can I acquire this month? It is a total game changer.
And once that mindset truly shifts, your entire financial future begins to move in a completely different direction. You stop working just for a paycheck and you start building your own business, your asset column.
But just when you think you've got it all figured out, there's another challenge. Let's say you do this. You start building an incredible asset column. How do you protect that wealth from the single biggest predator out there?
In our next explainer, we're going deep into Chapter 4. We're going to expose the real history of taxes and reveal the corporate structures the rich have used for centuries to legally minimize them. If you don't understand this next lesson, you'll just end up working harder to give more of it away. You are not going to want to miss it.